I said in the last video we're going to print 16 inches wide by 10 inches high. What does that look like? We saw our crop, and we could get our crop tool and do that again, but I want to show you a trick with the rectangular marquee. The style, normal is where it usually sits. But look at fixed ratio and fixed size. If we go to fixed ratio and say 16 inches by 10 inches, and then click and drag from up above on one corner, click and drag down to the other side, you see that we have selected most of our image. So it is a great aspect ratio for what we're working on, and we could get the crop tool and go ahead and make our crop. Command D to deselect. Select, deselect, right there, Command D, learn it. I'm going to stay on the crop tool, and instead of fixed ratio, I want to switch to fixed size. And because I checked by opening up a blank Photoshop document, I know that 2800 pixels by 1800 pixels, not 1600, is how many pixels are in a 16 by 10 inch print. So instead of clicking and dragging, I'm just going to click. That is how big in this image, your image may vary, how big a 10 inch by 16 inch print is. And now I can move this around and say, hey, you know, I wanted this in here, but boy, we're getting a lot of sky and a lot of foreground. And what does this image look like? And we can position it. We could take some time and get it just so. But let's say that's kind of the image we're looking for. How can we use that? Do we go back and get the crop tool and do this? How do we know we're getting the exact pixels? How do we know we're not cropping slightly smaller? Here's the trick. I'm going to jump this to a new layer. Command J. Command J gives us that selection on its own layer. We're going to discard this background and work with this image for our final print. Let's go ahead and come back, and I'm going to show you how to proceed from this point forward.